Hello and welcome to another episode of Live Talks with Fawole. We have the wizard and we have the marvellous, magnificent, international businesswoman, lovely, fun person. Let me get it right.
Kubwimana.
Yes. Kubwimana in the studio. Welcome to the studio. Welcome to the studio. Happy to have you here.
No, I'm really happy to have made the time to come here. Really.
It's nice to have you here. We met
it was on January 18th at one of our events at the Rwandan High Commission.
Yes. Let's talk about the event. What was happening at the event?
So myself and a few friends created Rwanda Business UK, which is actually a platform, a network for people interested from any background, business, entrepreneurs, young people looking for things to do, but are interested in Rwanda in particular, or British people here that would like to know more about opportunities in Rwanda as a whole.
So why did it start? What was the catalyst?
So I'll go back with a little bit of background so you get it.
Cool,
I'm a Rwandan.
This is your
this is Rwanda Business UK. So I moved to London, to the UK in August 2022.
Okay.
With my husband and children, and with a business. I own a business, a coffee business called Kawa Rwanda. It's a coffee business. Yes. Okay. I got here. It was not my first expatriation, so I whenever I get new place, I look for people, for my people around to see what they're doing, how they're doing, and really how they start businesses here, because I obviously can't just sit at home. I need to carry on with my business.
Of course.
So I reached out to a few people from Rwanda and asked them, because it's a big community in the UK. There's about 4,000 people.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Go ahead. So asked them what they're doing, who's doing business, who's studying, who's working, and actually no one knew what anyone else was doing.
Wow.
I was like, okay, but how do we support each other if we don't know who's doing what? I would love for me to have my coffee brand in supermarkets and having my people supporting me. Same way I would support their businesses in any way. Why should I get a British accountant when I can have a Rwandan? But basically no one knew what anyone else was doing. So I was like, okay. So started with a few friends talking, but can we create a platform? Just like a Yellow Pages all days.
Yellow Pages.
Just to know who's where in the UK. The UK is huge, and who's doing what. How can we support each other? And so forth. I started with that idea in mind to what became Rwanda Business UK, which is now a private company which is registered in the UK.
Nice.
Where we do, it's a membership based. We attract Rwandese nationals that live here and British people, business owners, entrepreneurs, government entities, and we have links with the Rwanda government as well back home.
Okay.
So we facilitate people that are here, that have been here for a while, have no way to just go to Rwanda and get information. We get that for them. British businesses that want to go and explore the African market. We support them. Our members get to network with people here that are like-minded, that do business.
Nice.
Angel investors. Just a support group for our members, and that's how it started.
So where does where did that come from? That energy come from? Like, I understand it, and it reminds me of. I don't want to be negative. But people say black people don't work together. People don't do this. The people say. Let me put that people say, but it's not true. And your testimony to that. But where did that come from? That I want to work with my people.
I don't know. Well, maybe the fact that I've never really lived in Rwanda for long. Okay. I've been always up around the world.
So where have you
lived? Where do I start? I don't know. I wasn't even born in
Rwanda. No, come on. But that was what I wrote down. You mentioned being repatriated a few times.
Yes, but even before that. So I was born in Kinshasa, DRC.
Kinshasa.
Yeah.
You know what? No, let's just rewind. Because this is what's gonna. Because for me, because I know the people at home don't know. How many languages do you speak?
I speak 6.
6 languages.
Yes.
So what languages do you speak?
I speak my mother tongue, which is the Rwandese language, Kinyarwanda.
Which is what it's called?
Rwandese, Kinyarwanda.
Rwandese.
Yes.
That's what the Rwandan national language.
That's my mother tongue.
Rwandese. Okay.
then I was born in Congo, so I speak perfectly Lingala and Swahili.
Lingala and Swahili?
Yes.
Wow.
Actually, I spoke those languages before my mother tongue because I went for the first time in Rwanda when I was 16.
Okay.
Then I speak French, English, and Italian.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was schooled in French and English, and I lived in Italy. My husband is half Italian.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tutto a posto.
Tutto a posto, sì, grazie. Are you checking?
I'm just checking. So the countries you've lived in, you've moved around to, or you repatriated?
With the family or with my actual family?
No, let's start from the beginning, because we're gonna go all the way back.
It's a long story.
Let's unpack it.
So,
where were you born?
I was born in Kinshasa, DRC.
Yeah.
Up until I was 13, and then I moved
13?
to 13, 1-3. Then moved to Burundi. Burundi is a neighboring country of Rwanda, actually. We speak more or less the same language. East Africa as well. For a couple of years, then moved back to Congo for a while. Then my family moved to Rwanda after the genocide against the Tutsi in 94.
Yeah.
But when they moved there was no, like, the school were not back yet started. So I went to boarding school in Kenya.
Okay.
Finished high school there, then went to university in South Africa, Johannesburg.
Wow.
Then after that, I went back to Rwanda for a couple of years. Then I went to do my master's in Italy.
Nice.
Met my husband there.
As you do.
Yes. And
what's his name, please?
Francesco. Yeah, he's...
Pick up Francesco, fratello. Ciao, bello, Francesco.
Ah, bravo. Ma parli italiano?
Grazie. No.
Un pochino.
You know, if I don't use my hand.
That's what they do.
Yeah, I know. Tutto a posto. Yeah, Francesco, big up. Sorry, go on.
That's fine. So, yeah, moved to Italy in 2005. Did my master's there, got married years later, had our 2 daughters. But around that time, I was always back and forth between Italy and Rwanda because my parents and 2 of my siblings lived in Rwanda. And they still live in Rwanda.
Okay.
Except one that's in the US.
Okay, your parents still with us, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
God bless them.
And so we lived in Italy. Then my husband, for work reason, had an opportunity in Algiers.
Algiers,
yeah. Okay. For a couple of years. Then we moved to Dubai for 5 years. Then we moved to Singapore for 3 years, and then we came here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. So that's beautiful. How important or how beneficial do you believe it is to experience other cultures in other countries? And how beneficial was it for you and your children as well? How old are your children? 15
and 12.
So they would have seen a lot of different places.
Yeah.
So they've got that wealth of knowledge.
They're citizens of the world, really.
Yeah, citizens of the world. Yeah.
they are. Yeah.
How important do you think that is? Yeah.
No, it's very important. I see it between myself and my children with our siblings or the cousins that live in one place, because obviously my kids have cousins in Rwanda and in Italy.
Yeah.
And even myself, I have childhood friends that are still in Rwanda. I think it just opens your mind to anything. Like I think it's one of you asked the question earlier. What brought the drive to want to do what I'm doing with Rwanda Business UK?
Yeah.
I think it's wanting to feel a part of what's happening in my home country. Yeah. Even from afar. Yeah. But doing it differently with an open-mindedness that I wouldn't have had if I was living in Rwanda. Because usually, you live in a country, you go with the flow. You're not at home, you want to be a part of it, so you find ways. Yeah. You meet people from different cultures and backgrounds that actually give you ideas, empower you. I was blessed to meet a lot of people that actually supported the idea and are still behind me. Whether it's in the UK or in Rwanda. Yeah. So, I think that's where it came from.
You've got great energy, though. I'm not surprised that they're still behind you.
Oh, well, they helped a lot.
Yeah. Can we ask you, why did you speak Lingala and Swahili before you spoke your mother tongue?
Because I was born and brought up in Congo. And at the time, I don't know if you know a little bit of the history of Rwanda.
Okay, educate me.
Okay, so Rwanda was going through. So my parents were in exile. My dad left Rwanda when he was 19. There was the first genocide at the time, which was not known until after 94, because his father was killed and family, so he had to fly away. He left when he was 19. My mom left. She was a bit younger. I think she was a bit younger. They've moved around as well. So they lived in Burundi. They lived in Switzerland. Did
they meet in Rwanda?
They met for the first time in Rwanda, but then they reunited in Burundi, and then they got married in Congo. So yeah, it's a long the story.
And then you came along.
I'm the last born.
You're the last
before
born?
Me, there was 3 other ones that came along. One in Burundi, one in Switzerland, and another one in Congo with me.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. So they were in exile for 33 years. I was born knowing I was from Congo. I found out I was actually Rwandese when I was 13 because that's just who we were. We lived in Congo. My parents had been there for 30 some years.
Yeah.
I grew up with Congolese people. I went to school with Congolese people. Of course, we had our Rwandan community because a lot of people were in exile in Congo as well. But that's who I was.
Yeah.
And the same way, where you're originally from?
Nigeria.
So with your people at home, what language would you speak?
I speak English.
Really?
But what it was
like I don't know if you had like help.
Yeah, my mum speaks. My mum speaks. No, I was born here.
Oh yeah, true. No, I meant like if you were born in Nigeria.
I would speak Yoruba.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Exactly.
All my friends speak Yoruba.
So I spoke Lingala as my first African language because I was educated in French at the time.
Yeah.
But with the helpers at home, I would speak Lingala.
Yeah.
With the friends from the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Who will speak Lingala? Up until today, actually, my childhood friend who are Rwandese like me, that live in Rwanda, we speak Lingala together because that's just
nice.
Our language.
It's nice. It's nice. It's a beautiful language as well.
It is.
Very beautiful language.
It is.
Very beautiful language. So business. Business with Rwanda and why is it so? I'm just to think.
I know there's too much going on. I know.
Why is it so lucrative at the moment?
Uh-huh.
Or what is the connection between international business and Rwandan business? Why is there such a boom in it at the moment? Like there's a lot of things going on. And there's a lot of things going on in Africa.
Yes.
But why is
Rwandan
specifically? Yeah, specifically.
Not to throw flowers at my country, but Rwanda is the safest country in Africa at the moment.
The safest country?
Safest.
Okay.
And when I say safety, it's not about just security. It's business-wise.
Okay.
If you invest money in Rwanda, you know it's there. Corruption is next to zero, if not zero. So people feel safe to invest there and then expand to the rest of Africa as well. Because it's a small country. We don't have... we are not as rich as most of other countries in Africa. Nigeria, But what we are very rich in terms of the mindset and the way the government works and the people work and the mentality. Infrastructure as well, so it helps. People want to come, whoever wants to go to Africa would come to Rwanda because they're not going to ask me for a bribe just to be able to open a business.
Smooth sailing,
I'm not gonna name any other country, but
I totally understand.
You know what I mean? You go to Rwanda, you can open actually a business and a bank account in 24 hours, which is not something you can find anywhere in the world. And you have your bank account there, you can track it. It's very modern. It's up to speed with the West. It's So if I was, it's attractive,
If I was now, I want to talk about the opportunities you have with linking business people with the farmers and getting involved with their crops. However, I want you to talk about that. However, if I was now coming in as a new investor who knows nothing about Rwanda or Africa, but I want to invest in my country, like you were saying, in my continent or with black people, something I can get a return for, what would be the best place for me to start now to kind of look at because other things are things are going on, So I want to come in. I don't want to come in like at the 5th floor, the 6th floor. I want to come in at the ground floor and kind of make the most I can and enjoy it as well. So what would your advice be?
As in, you're not talking about which country. You're talking about.
I'm talking about Rwanda.
Rwanda, yeah.
I'm talking about Rwanda.
So Rwanda,
what business would be good to invest in?
You would look at agriculture for sure. People eat anyway. Whether agriculture, you'd look at technology. There's a lot of investment in technology because there's a lot of opportunities.
A lot of, sorry?
Opportunities.
Okay.
And there are a lot going on. They've created a hub for all that to happen, and actually a fund to help entrepreneurs looking into technology and AI and all of that. Property development.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
I'll say those three will be yes.
Like you could.
Yeah, like, you know you get your money.
Yeah. I spoke to someone at the was it the High Commission we was at?
At the High Commission, yes.
It was the High Commission because I was there. That's why I first met you.
Yeah.
And they was talking about the AI and having the doctors in the villages, but via video links.
Yeah,
and
video links and the zip line as well. So because you can't have doctors in every single village, like from the city. So there is actually telemedicine, and then also for medication they're sent with drones. Drones. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's very, as I was saying earlier, we are there. We're there in terms of technology.
Nice. I was going to say, because we get a different picture of what Africa kind of
exactly.
looks like to the West.
Yes.
So I was going to say, if you could break down kind of like on levels, where is Rwanda within like being westernized sort of thing? Like how advanced is it over there?
Yeah, and I know what you mean, because the West wants to show us what they want to see and what they want to show to their people.
Exactly.
I wouldn't even know, because I lived in Dubai, Singapore, and here, but I don't like anything when I'm in Rwanda.
Yeah. You don't. So then you say it's good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
in comparison, it stays up to par.
Yes. I mean, I've never. I wouldn't even know where to start, because for me it's like normal. Yeah. But yeah, like you have Wi-Fi everywhere in the public transport as well. Where here in the UK you don't even have it everywhere. I'll take a public bus here and there's no Wi-Fi. In Rwanda there is, right? What else can I tell you? Roads, tarmac roads.
Yeah. Okay.
Almost everywhere. Yeah. To actually say that, I have to think of the last trip I took to another African country. I was in Cape Town with my children a year in December 22. And my kids, for them, was the first time to see a power cut.
Oh, wow.
Like planned power cut.
So yeah. Because they happen across Africa.
Yeah.
They happen in the Caribbean. Yeah, of course. They happen in Nigeria. We know about them.
Yeah, like my kids who go to Rwanda at least once a year.
Yeah.
I mean, really, at least once a year. For them, it was like, whoa. What do you mean there's no electricity from 6 to 8? What do we do? Where's the Wi-Fi? How do we survive? You know. So these are some small examples I can give you, but there's really nothing that I would say. The only thing maybe that's missing and that's mostly for my teenagers when they go home, there's not enough attractions for them. But that's like not. Yeah. So why is the cinema not as big as View? I'm like, of course, the Rwanda is tiny, but we have seen it. We have. I don't even. I wouldn't even know where to start from. But yeah.
Okay, cool. Electric vehicles.
Of course. Yeah. We're electric. Yeah, I mean, we have. Volvo has an assembly manufacturer in Kigali, in Capital. Yeah, we do. My sister just bought a hybrid car a couple of months ago. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even know really.
It's just being from over here, our models are so small. Of course,
but it's not because you don't want to see it, it's because that's what they show you.
It's not what getting seen, yeah. So where do you think Rwanda fits in, and Africa as well, in the global food economy, let's say? I won't say the global economy, let's say the global food economy.
Where they fit or where they should fit?
Where they should fit, and where they fit and where they should fit. But you can't say both, in your opinion, because you know a lot more than we do.
Oh well, you should know as much as I do.
I mean, I should know as much as you do, but I mean, like you said, you speak
really, come on. I wasn't born in Rwanda either.
Yeah. Life has its twists and turns. My roller coaster went this way, your one went this way, you know.
I told you.
Now, after this interview, I'll know more, eh? I like that.
Teach me something.
Get me. I like that.
No. Where we are now in general, I'm not going to talk about Rwandan specifically, but in Africa is where they want us to be. As in, do you know that the biggest producers of cocoa are Ivory Coast and Ghana? But the biggest chocolate brands are from Switzerland and I think Belgium or France. They don't produce any
Belgium,
any cocoa, right?
Wow.
And it's all what they do. Not to say anything wrong about this country, they are beautiful countries. But what the West does, go get the raw material in Africa, the raw produces or whatever. We don't manufacture anything down there, meaning we're not giving jobs to the local people. We are not developing the skills. We just buy whatever grows from the
ground.
The ground.
Developing the area that it's coming from or nothing as well.
Yes, and then we take it to beautiful countries, manufacture everything there, and sell it worldwide. Same with coffee, because I'm in coffee. My family is in coffee. We grow, we plant, process, and produce. I mean, the whole farm to cup.
How many generations?
I'm third generation. Up until a few years ago, the West will come and purchase the raw coffee beans, take it, transform it, an example, Nescafe, into instant coffee, and those are the same products you'll find in all the government entities or all the households in Rwanda. So what they do, they get the raw material, take it, transform it, and send it back to you, 10 times the price, mixed with things that I don't even know where they come from, and sell it back to us. But that's the reality. I'm sure, I'm talking about Rwanda, I'm sure it's everywhere in Africa.
Yeah.
And this is where, again, to say that's where they want us to be.
Yes. So
where we are now, I would say things are slowly changing.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that because people have realized that why should we die of hunger when we actually produce majority of the foods and the agri products? Why? New generations, I think.
We're not profiting from all the stuff that comes.
No, we want to be able. I mean,
do
you know that in our coffee farm, there are some people that have never tasted coffee, ever, where they actually produce one of the best coffees in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's the same for chocolate and wherever in Africa.
Yeah.
Same with milk, Nestle milk, the powder milk.
Yeah.
It's fresh milk that they transform. I mean, I'm not saying they shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Actually, they shouldn't do that. But at least help us manufacture them and create those industries, and then take the finished products with you.
There should be a benefit for the source.
Exactly.
Basically, no matter what it is, there should be a benefit for the source.
They should be because, and that's where we are now is things are changing. Where we should be is where everything, if we are planting potatoes, the frozen fries that you buy in supermarket should be actually made in Rwanda and then exported. That's where we should be. Today we do the coffee directly from the source to
your company.
Yeah. So we produce and a lot of others things, and even the chocolate. I know Ghana and Ivory Coast have started. Ghana for sure has started actually manufacturing chocolates in country, and other countries will follow. Yeah, but we are not yet there.
I worked with this was a little while ago, a fair trade underwear brand. And it was dealing with the farmers in India, cotton farmers in India, I believe it was. It's along the same line of questioning what I just asked you now, but how important is transparency from the beginning to the end in the promotion of what we were talking about, and how important is it for everybody, that transparency?
It is very, for me it's even empowering for a farmer to know that whatever they're producing is recognized and appreciated all over the world. For me, it's very important. We do it, like in our coffee plantation and then my coffee brand that I export. They know if we are exporting a ton of coffee, it's going to this country. You are being paid over the average that Starbucks would come and pay you just to get the
beans and run away.
And you don't run away.
Yeah.
You get recognition that is. I have names like on my coffee bags. I can tell you exactly who planted or who picked the cherries.
That's amazing.
Because it's us.
Cherries.
The coffee cherries. Coffee comes from a fruit
So it's a stone.
It's like a cherry.
It's like a cherry, but the coffee bean is a stone.
Yeah, it's a stone inside. Yes.
I didn't know that.
So it's like a fruit.
It's a cherry.
Yeah,
She
it's
said,
a cherry.
yeah.
It's like a red fruit. Yeah, I'll happy to educate you with a video.
Yeah, is it? Is the fruit edible?
It's sweet.
It's sweet, yeah.
Yeah. It's like a cherry, and and the two stones inside are coffee beans
Didn't know that.
that get washed and dried and processed and roasted.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's a tree, coffee tree with a lot of cherries on it.
Business. We're on business. I don't want. We've got someone still.
And too many stories.
Yeah. Give me a story then. Give me a story. What popped to your mind when you said you had too many stories just now?
That's fine. I don't even know where to start from, really.
Right, I want to ask you about you in a minute. So, all right, how do you think things have changed? Well, we just covered that. How do you think things have changed over the last 20 years? Benefits for farmers working with individuals. Where do you see the market in the next 5 to 10 years? We kind of covered that as well, I think. How does Rwanda fit into the global market? What do you think the state of the global market? No, that's fine.
I've told you everything.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, bye.
Yeah, of course you can.
What about women in business in Rwanda? Is there blocks for women over there? Because in the West we have
I know.
hierarchy.
So just to give you an idea, 64% of the government is women.
Wow. See?
In parliament, in
Rwanda
ministries.
government, yeah?
Yes, I'm talking about Rwanda. Yeah, I wouldn't know much about the rest of the countries.
Powerful.
So just how I would. If you want proper figures exactly in each business, I wouldn't know. But that's just to give you an idea of how it works. Women are very empowered in Rwanda.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yes, they are very, very empowered. I think 70% of banks in Rwanda have women as CEOs.
Wow.
Yeah.
See?
I'm gonna ask a question off the back of that.
We rule the world, right? Speechless.
So,
yes. Next question.
Next question. What advice would you have for young women in this world about going for this and getting and just achieving? Just what advice would you have for young women, ladies in the world, whether they're here, whether they're in Africa, wherever they are in the world?
First of all, I wouldn't want for them to even ask themselves that question.
No?
No, because they should feel like
just a person.
Just a person, not a girl or a woman. I have 2 daughters, so I'm very biased, but
that's right. That's good, fair enough.
But for me, they shouldn't feel any different. They should be given the same opportunities. They should be heard the same way. I know
it's not the same way. So I can appreciate what you're saying about your daughters and stuff. But you have to go into it with open eyes.
No. If there was an advice, that would be my advice to them. Go for whatever. If you have a brother, cousin, whatever. If he's going for something, you should also feel that you can go for that if you want. You know, not everybody's supposed to do business or whatever. But that would be my advice. Then reality is, even if it takes you at the moment a few extra hours to be recognized at the same level, do it because you're worth it.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. What was you like as a child?
I was going to say that.
Oh, you'll have to ask my
You
parents.
too slow.
You'd have to ask my parents. How?
No. I'm asking you because I know how I was as a child. How was you as a child? What is your earliest childhood memory then?
Oh no, I have So again, I'm the last born. My siblings say I was very spoiled, but I don't think so.
Okay, here we get to the meat. I like that. I have to get some of your siblings on it. Talk to your siblings.
Yeah, especially one of them is he's still bringing stories of 40 years ago. But no, I was the last born, and my parents had me. They were not very, very young. Between me and my brother just before me, there's 5 years, and between me and the firstborn is 9 years. So and they were close. They were very close. The three ones were close. But I think I was a little bit spoiled, but also very protected by my siblings. But also I think I had the toughest childhood as they had. Because obviously, I told you we moved a lot, around, and you would think it's just because we wanted to change, but it was because there were wars in those countries.
Yeah.
So it was not a choice. So when I say that I moved for example, from Kinshasa to Burundi, from Congo to Burundi, I was 13 years old. I moved without my parents because it wasn't a safe country at the time, and they just wanted me to get out of there, and I was sent to Burundi because my siblings were already at university there. So I lived with my sister and one of my brothers. They were at university, university kids. They were having fun, living their age. And I lived there for 2 years without my parents. So yes, I was in one of the best schools. I was with my siblings. We didn't like anything. But the reality is,
I
didn't have my parents. My brothers didn't have that because at the time they were young. I mean, they left home when they went to university.
Wow, which is what, 18, 19?
18, yes. Because again, opportunity to go somewhere else for university. They were sent to university. That's what we do. So they had a normal childhood, I would say. Mine now, like sometimes my daughter's like, "But mommy, I'm like, don't even say anything. You don't know." You feel
you got it hard. You haven't got it hard.
Yeah, no, because they are there when I still have both my parents, thank God, and obviously I'm still the last born, even if I'm 45. Right?
Yeah. Only 45.
I am 45. Yeah. Thank you, but of course I'm still their baby. Yeah. And my daughter said, "Yeah, you're so spoiled," like and blah blah blah. Of course. Yeah. No, they have to pay for the time they didn't spend with me. So, like, I saw wars. I saw cops when I was very young. I saw a lot of things that they're lucky they're not seeing. So yes, I was given everything.
Yeah, she's
but it doesn't mean that. Sorry.
You're a strong child. Doesn't mean what? Sorry, I cut you.
No, it doesn't mean that it was perfect.
Yeah.
But I know that even if I moved all those times, it's because they wanted the best for me and to protect me and so forth. But it wasn't an easy childhood, right?
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
What's your most favorite memory?
So when I was younger, from my 2 years old to when I left Kinshasa.
You're 13, yeah?
13, like every summer, mostly we'll spend it in another city of Congo, where I had my cousins, my uncles, and my grandma. Yeah. And I remember, like, everybody's like, "No, you're lying, you can't be remembering." I was 2 years old.
Everyone was saying what? You can't remember? I
can't remember, but I was 2 years old. But I remember specifically me walking in my uncle's, my mom's brother house and getting all the hugs, and because it was the first, I was there on holiday with my mom. I know it was like how would you remember? But I remember specifically everything I was touching, the toys I was given. I remember nice.
Beautiful. Where are you gonna go?
I've told you everything you wanted to know.
What's your job title? Not job title, but what is your title? What do you do?
What do I do? That's a part-time. That's a hobby.
Wow, it's a part-time.
I founded a coffee brand, which actually I source coffee from our family farm, which is produced on spot, roasted, and I export it. Started in Singapore, and now I started it here as well. So I'm a founder and CEO of Kawa Coffee.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
You sound like you have different hats. Like you have different
Too many.
Yeah.
I'm a mom.
Yeah.
First job.
Yeah. Are you able to list the other things or tell us about some of the other things that you do?
Well, I'm a mom and a wife. I'm a founder of a couple of businesses, a CEO of 2. I haven't registered it yet, but I'm registering it in a couple of months. I NGO in Rwanda because I support the women farmers through various projects.
Again, sorry, what?
The women farmers, coffee farmers, that 90% of our coffee farmers are women.
Okay.
I'm talking about our coffee plantation and the farmers around our community. So I support them by paying for health insurances, education for kids under 6 years old that haven't started school yet. I've just partnered with University of Westminster here.
Nice.
We are developing a project to develop sustainable opportunities for them to carry on making money in between coffee seasons. So we just So we on Sunday we applied for a grant at the university for them to send a student from here to our farm to teach our farmers best practices on sustainability, on food, how do you call it? Food processing. To work with the farmers for at least a year.
Yeah.
And we'll get a feedback on that next month. So cross fingers. We get the farm. So
nice.
That's the kind of things that I do on the side as well. But I would say it's also part of my coffee business because it's always related to our people and our community.
How important do you think it is to have those different hats in business?
Well, I didn't really think about it when I was starting it off. Just opportunities that I didn't. But women we're multitaskers, right? That's just women in general. Not to say anything around.
We're
minority here.
One of them narratives there,
Imagine my husband. He lives with 3 women. And the girls are just like me.
But by definition, he's multitasking.
No.
He's taking on all the personalities, no?
No.
Francesco, I'm with you, Francesco, okay? I'm with you, Francesco. Don't worry, bro.
I'll make sure he doesn't listen to this. But the truth, we are multitaskers.
Yeah.
It's not like I wake up and I say today I'll work on this and that. It just happens. Even it's funny that you say that. I was leaving my house now. My girls are on holiday, half term, and Jada, the firstborn, was like, "Mommy, where you going?" I was like, "I have a meeting." Yeah, but where? I told her a podcast, and it's like, okay.
Today,
just now, like before I left. Where? I told her. Like, but what about? I'm like, what do you mean, what about? It's like, but which one of the 2 businesses? I'm like, oh. So I was like, oh, okay.
Nice.
I was like, oh yeah, I did both of them. Okay.
What hat are you going to wear today? She's asking. What hat are you putting on today?
That's what she meant. I was like, no, it's both of them. Okay.
It's good. And how important, how satisfying is that for you to be inspiring your daughters? Because you know what you're doing, you're giving your all in what you're doing. So for children to see their parents doing that, it's a good inspirational. And how important it is, how satisfying and how important it is. This says 2 questions.
Yeah. I think the girls. My husband is very hard worker. Like he's not into business. He's very loyal. He's been in the same companies ever since he left university. It's 20 plus years, but very hardworking. He's in finance and he's on his computer 24/7, even on holiday. And I think even that, like for my daughters, was always like, Dad is working all the time, but he's doing it for us. We're giving them the maximum we can give them. But for me, I always said I don't want them to see just it's the man. No, I'm very happy. I could be sitting home and chilling, But no. I'm very proud. I was like, no, mommy's taking you on holiday. Mommy, because that's what I want them to be.
It's good.
Yeah, just like I said earlier, for me it's very important. Yeah. No, not because you're a girl or boy or because your cousin can go to. No, like I'm always laughing. No, my girls will go to the best university. My girls will be given. My 15-year-olds have already taken her to do some internships in big companies because I want her to see that it's possible for her as well. Which, as you said earlier, Chris, in Africa is not
you're gonna
really.
Get there now. I'm gonna ask you that now as well. Like as you're going there, that was the next question I was gonna ask you was, how did Rwanda get to the point where they're at? And what advice could you have for other African countries that are not at that point yet? In the respect of you've got if it's not even going more over to the women's side, you've got an equal distribution, and not even just Rwanda, not even just Africa, the rest of the freaking world. Yeah, how can they? Because you've got that going on there, and then as a byproduct of that, you've got one of the most stable countries. You're saying in Africa, the most you can go there and do business. You know you're going to get what you want. The best infrastructure. It's very good. So
I would say, unfortunately, how we got there is because Rwanda had to build itself from ashes. You know, again, coming back to the genocide against Tutsi in '94. I first stepped in Rwanda in '94, in just after a couple of months after the end of the genocide. We had no choice. We had no choice, literally, because you had. The country was in ashes. When I mean ashes, ashes. As in corpse everywhere, buildings put down. Anyway, people killed. The people that live in Rwanda, it was just either they had been killed or they'd flown away because they'd killed people and they just left, right? So there was everything to do. And of course, it's sad, but of course when you are giving a blank canvas to build from, and you know that that's what you depend on, because again, you have a lot of families like mine that came from exile from all over the world, with a different mindset and open-minded, again, as you said earlier, because they've lived overseas, they've seen what's going on. Everyone is like, we are finally able to live in our country. We can't lose that again. We really can't, you know? And everyone came with that in mind. We are here to rebuild the country and to do it the right way. Now, there are more women in the world than men, at least in Rwanda.
Hallelujah.
Amen. A lot of men were killed in the war. And it just happened. But also, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Sad, but it's, Whereas in other countries that have been there for, like, even if it wasn't stable, but what you build on, you know, you really have to, and I think also Rwanda had a very powerful government, very strong, with very focused, and again, we came from different part of the world, have seen how it's done, wanting the best for our people, and there was no going back. Like even up to now, our president always says, we know where you come from, and we don't want to go back there. Who wants to go back there? No one. And because we know, we've seen it, like my generation has seen it. Maybe my daughters not, but they've heard. They've heard, they know, even if they haven't seen, they know. Our parents fought for Rwanda, right? For us to be able to be there. There's no way we're going back. No. So.
It's definitely. How important is to know where you come from?
Oh, 100%.
Why? I want you to elaborate. Why? Elaborate for the guys, because I know you know, but I want you to just give.
Why? Because that's who we are. Like, I don't even know why it's important to know where it's just this is your identity. This is. So
I would say now, as we're talking, as I ask a question, I would say my answer to be, and that what I'm taking from you as well, was so you can have a sense of pride. You have a sense of awareness of who you are and how powerful you can be. Because a lot of that will be taken away from you. We spoke about how we don't see what's going on in Africa, the good things or the real undercurrent, because the powers that be want to be able to go in and take stuff and say, oh, we did that. And if you don't know this, then you say, oh, maybe you did. Exactly. So just to add to the question, not to answer the question, but I think that's those might be some of the reasons.
Definitely. For me, it's and I'm a very proud one. Anyone that you meet will see me is like, oh my, that one. Even our High Commissioner says I'm a consulate that's not paid.
Consulate
that work for free.
You love your country.
I love my country. It's home. Even if I've lived, if I count years, even holidays, I think that's a country where I've lived the least. Because I go on holiday and I have a few things. I'm building a retirement house there. I'm like, this is home. This is, My husband is not Rwandan. He's half Italian, half Burundian. But
Burundi,
he knows
what's that?
from Burundi. So his dad was from Burundi. But I didn't know him by then. I was 13 years old.
But that's crazy, though.
Yeah, I know. So he lived in Burundi, actually, up until he was 18. and moved to Italy for university.
Okay.
So his dad
that's
was
another
Burundian,
reason why you probably
and
was.
There was that.
Can you speak? What language does he speak?
So
Italian?
he speaks Italian and he speaks Burundian, which is very similar to the Rwandese language.
Okay.
Very, very similar. The accent is different, but it's more or less the same language. I think that also helped for us to connect. But again, he's from Italy and Burundi. I'm from Rwanda, but I'll tell him, if you want to go old with me, you know we're gonna retire in Rwanda, right? No, I mean, otherwise, if you really want to grow old with me, that's where we end, right? Like, for me, there's no. Yeah.
There's no. So, because you are, and I believe some people aren't.
Mm-hmm.
How important is it to be connected to your source?
Oh God.
So that's a difference.
Everything.
Actually going back and
but the
feeling
thing
that.
is, source. What is source?
So for me,
I wasn't even born in Rwanda.
But see, your source can be different things, though.
Yeah.
Because like you could have your grandmother and your auntie in Switzerland or somewhere, but you go and spend time with them. That's still your source. You're not in Rwanda, but you can get connected to food, certain customs, certain things that go on. That's your source.
Yeah.
You understand yourself better when you're connected. But then you can also be in Rwanda, tasting certain foods or smelling certain smells. That's also your source. So there's different ways to connect to your source.
True.
But some people they don't know their source, and then some people they connect to their source without understanding they're connecting to their source and enjoy the benefits of that, but not realizing.
I know.
It's crazy because we talk about rites of passage and stuff like that that we have back home, and there's stuff that's not happening or stuff that's happening with youth and certain people because they're not realizing their rites of passage or they're not going through certain developments at certain times. So they're having problems, whatever the problems may be, like different problems. I won't speculate to that, but
True. Well, for me, I don't know.
Because you're connected to your source.
That home is home.
Yeah, but you're connected. She connected, and it's just like your face.
Yeah, I didn't realize it until now. You mentioned, but yeah.
Yeah, even though you've moved around so much, you're, and even that you spoke about. Being away and still wanting to connect with Rwandans,
of course,
do business with Rwandans.
I could have done anything else.
You're reconnecting to your source, and it's a source of power and more power.
Yeah, and maybe something I didn't tell you. I did architecture at uni and I did interior design for my master's.
Interior design.
Okay.
So
I went back to Rwanda, but because the country wasn't developed, I always wanted to do something in Rwanda. So I worked on a few projects in Rwanda as a consultant for a few years. But then when we started moving, I was like, okay, I can't really do that from afar. But what can I do? What can I do to continue working with the family and with the connection to Rwanda? And we had my father had this. Okay, so my father had he didn't start the coffee plantations and the business as such. His father was a coffee farmer. He went to exile. He was killed, and then my dad went to exile, came back after '94. And went back to where he was born. There was no one else over here. Everybody was, even the cousins were killed, everyone. And he had a small piece of land that he got from his dad, a tiny piece of land, and then he put his half sister there. But he said, okay, he was into politics for a while. He was a lecturer at university and went well into politics. And then he said, but what can I do as a civil servant? I need to do something for where I come from. So the region is known for coffee. That's how it started.
Nice.
So it's like, okay, it's known for, cause again, his dad was a coffee farmer as well. So started buying small plots of land. He was like, okay, because you can imagine, you've been away for 33 years. People will hate you because you are coming, you've made a life overseas. You left the people that killed your family and they're now happy to see you, right? Like,
they've been suffering what they think you've been enjoying, but they don't know what you've been doing.
Exactly.
But that's the peak.
And then you come, it's like him and other people will be like, how can we get accepted back into our community? Because yes, in the capital city, you're accepted, you're working, whatever, but that's not your source again.
You want to be connected to your source, you want to eat and share your...
Exactly. It's like, and then he started, but not for him. He created... He's the one who made sure he brought water in that region. There was no running water, electricity. Yeah. Today there's even Wi-Fi. So that's how it started.
Yeah.
Plots, plant coffee trees.
Yeah.
Have some people training you for coffee, rebuilding that culture of coffee. Slowly but slowly grew that into a coffee plantation with I don't know how many trees, a washing station, a processing station, a roasting station, a small bread and breakfast. Now there's a restaurant. Now we do coffee tours for tourists. So, and the community got job and they're the ones running the show, right?
Yeah.
So that's how it started. Same for me. I was like, okay, now I'm overseas. I'm now in Rwanda. We are traveling with the family. How can I carry on? My parents are now in their 80s. They live now at the farm, by the way. They moved from the capital city. They live there.
What's your mom like?
Sorry?
What's your mom like?
My mom?
Yeah.
I'm similar to my mom.
But you know what? I'm automatically noticing the similarities of you to your father's description. As in, he's gone away, he's come back to the country, he wants to get people together.
Yes,
he's
true.
trying to find something
that I
to
get.
give back to his country.
I think that I got from my dad.
Tenacity of just, I'm doing this.
And even physically, I look like my dad. But my mom is very, I'm not going to say tough, but...
resilient.
Yes, she is. Very. Yeah, both of my parents. But my mom is, and she tells you things the way, like, I tell things the way if I don't like what you've done, I'll tell you. And whether you are 5-year-olds or you're my father, I tell I'm the only one, by the way, of all my siblings that can tell my dad things the way they are. Yeah. They usually come and tell, can you tell your dad that we don't like that?
They're scared.
Not scared, but they were brought, again, I'm the last one. I came very late.
I was going to use the baby card. You
know, they can, because they have that respect that, they say, well, you can just tell him whatever. Like, no, I'm just telling what I feel is right. You guys are hiding. And just be open. Yeah? But I think that I got that from my mom. Yeah.
So then I will give you this because we talked about multitasking. I was like, but I believe women are the real rocks for us, though. Yeah. Like seriously, when you got a solid woman behind you, can do anything. Yeah. I do believe that.
Can you tell my husband when you meet him? I'll make sure you meet
Francesco. It's Francesco, right? Big up yourself, yeah? But you know you got a solid one. But you know this already. That's why you keep your head down.
You're better.
Cool. Was it Bernard, right? Yeah. What are we doing for time? We good?
1 hour.
Cool, awesome.
All right, cool. We're good. Is there anything you want to talk about as well? We've got quite a bit of time left still. Is there anything you want to talk about? Anything you definitely wanted to get across while we were talking on this platform? Anything you want to share? Anything you want to educate anyone about? Anything you can think about that as we whatever comes to mind.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab my cards. And then we're gonna
that's scary. Can I just tell you stories? No, I'm kidding.
What are you gonna say?
That's okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared. Why didn't you show me this before?
These. I mean, you know what? Go ahead. Pick a card, any card. Because then the answer wouldn't be organic. Like your coffee, and that's what I need it to be.
Let's start with this. Tell me something no one knows about you. Whew.
Please, what
is this?
Yeah, it's a question.
You know what I'm laughing? Last night again, I was sitting with my husband and one of the girls, and she asked us, Mom and Dad, what is something that you would tell us when you're older or something like that? No. What is something that you've never told us? And I said, I'll tell you when you're at uni. And then I was like, I'll tell you when you're at uni.
You're passing I'll give you 2 passes. You can have 2 passes, but
tell me something no one knows about you.
Because you've got quite a few questions there. So you can pass 1 or 2 of them, okay? Or you can put it to the side and pick up another card and get back to that.
Because I have too many things that nobody knows about. I will come back to it. I'll think about it. Cool. Advice to your younger self. Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself.
Because at the time I didn't believe in
yourself.
In me and what I could do.
Why?
But I think
wait before you answer that, because I think that the reason I'm asking you why, because we've got people out there that will be watching this and people that understand that may have doubts within themselves for whatever reasons. So this will be another way for them to understand themselves. So please go ahead.
Because there, like everyone else, times I didn't believe in myself, but because of circumstances in my life. Even the simple fact of moving from, say, Singapore to here, you're starting afresh, right? You know no one. You're like,
Quite daunting.
Yeah. Can I really start this? Would people, But why I said believe in yourself, because anything is possible. I've been here, 12 plus, maybe 18 months? And now I'm doing a podcast with you. I didn't know until last month.
Come on. But when did you know? Because me, I'm kind of like, I don't know fully, but he'll tell you because he's a wizard. I know. Sometimes I check my tip and I see the S. I got a little S. I can see a little S there. When did you know your superpowers? Because you got powers, like you got here. You're like, now you know you can really go anywhere in the world
and
still do your thing.
I still do my thing.
And even if you went back to zero, to nothing, you never had money, nothing, you could still do it.
But also,
it's you that does it.
It's you. You decide. I'm a firm believer that you decide what you're gonna be. You may not have everything lined up for you to do it, but you decide.
Yeah.
Again, I told you I could have been sitting here at home now doing nothing, taking care of my kids.
Yeah.
But no, first they wouldn't want me to. They don't need me anymore.
Yeah. They go. That's how it goes. Yeah.
But then I wouldn't be fulfilled as a person. And we have to be. And that's something I tell my daughters. Kids, school, mommy, I don't think I like physics. I'm not good at it. It's like, why? You can do anything.
Yeah.
Anything. Just believe in yourself.
Yeah. And I would add to yours, you can do anything, but just make sure you do something.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, so I'll just add on to the end of yours. You're inspired.
Yeah.
Put together.
Oh, yeah. Because they always say, like, if you don't do something today, you're just a step further than what you can achieve, because even if it's one step every day, you'll get there.
You've achieved something. So go ahead to take the plunge. Go ahead and get in. Do something, guys.
So you didn't believe in yourself. So when did you start believing in yourself? Was there a catalyst? Something happened?
It's not once. I would say like once in a while you're like, okay, and then you get responses. You're like, oh, okay. All right. And then you keep pushing yourself. Or even if you don't, it's like, okay, I have two choices. I don't believe in myself. I just go to bed and sleep. Or I try. It's not like you have 10 choices. It's that. Okay, I will believe that I can't. Or I will try and see if I can. And just choose to try. Yeah.
So let's get to the next question.
Phew, I got that out.
Where you go next?
Your favorite quote?
Yeah.
Oh. Too many. I'll come back to this.
Let me ask you a question that's not on the cards. Who's the most famous person for you? You don't have to be famous like normal famous, but it could be someone. It might just be a famous Rwandan. Might be a famous Italian. Might be just someone who might be someone who in university you looked up to, but the most famous person
I look up to.
Yeah,
that inspires me.
Yeah, and he's just like, wow, I can't believe I meet you. You might not go, wow, I can't believe I meet you, but you're like, I'm here.
I know. Our president, Paul Kagame.
Oh wow.
Yeah. As simple as that.
Yeah. That's nice. The name of the president one more time?
Sorry?
The name of the president one more time, please?
Paul Kagame. President Paul Kagame is a Rwandan
Paul
president.
Kagame, God bless you.
Yes.
Well done for all the good things you do for Rwanda.
For our country
Africa.
and for us.
Yes, excuse me.
Cool. Another one. The worst thing you've ever seen?
We might leave that. I don't know if I want to hear that.
You want to? You can.
Okay, go on then. Because you spoke about seeing corpses and stuff like that.
Yeah, corpse. I would say that the same.
I've never seen a dead body, man.
I've seen. Because there's seeing a dead body of somebody that that's laid to rest, and then seeing people
just laying out on the street
down that have been killed. But anyway.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. How do you keep your how are you so strong? What has been your thing? What has grounded you? Because people, especially in our countries as well, in the African countries, a lot of people that drink a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of alcohol, and this is that's how they medicate.
Yeah. But you be. I don't even drink alcohol, so you'll be even surprised
good,
about that.
Everyone's different. But the reason I'm saying that is I don't know what they've seen to let certain people the way they drink. Sometimes I'm like, wow. But I don't know what they've gone through, and what they've seen,
and why. There's always a reason behind it. Yeah.
But what was your coping mechanism, and how have you become so strong, seeing all the things you've seen? And
but I think it's growing up in my family, seeing my parents. Because yes, I've seen cops, but they've seen worse things, and they had to fight through those things to bring us up, right? My parents went back, like they worked so hard, got to a certain level. We had a great life. They had to start over from scratch a couple of times, not even 3 times, I mean, but always resilient. So who am I now to come and complain? And they brought up 4 kids. They gave us the best education of. I mean.
You speak 6 languages, right?
But that has nothing to do with that. But that's just me. That's me. But like even my siblings, like I went to the private international school my whole childhood. I went to boarding school in Kenya, like they really tried, but I know it wasn't easy for them. I found out when I was when we moved from Burundi to Congo, back to Congo, I found that, but so in the Rwandan culture, cows are like one of your most precious thing that so my dad had a farm at the time. He still has some cows, but I found out later that he had to buy cows to be able to pay for my school fees.
Sell cows, you mean?
Yeah, sell
his cows.
His cows to be able to pay for my school fees. And I know how deep that is for Rwandan, you know. Anyone else could have said, why am I paying an international French school? I can just put her in a public school or
and selling my cows to make it happen.
But like selling for her to go to the best school. He didn't have to do that, right? So I think all these things.
But he did use your dad. He knows what he's doing. He did for him. He did, innit?
He did for me to give me opportunities to. I mean, all of my 4 siblings were educated by my parents until we finished university. They've always been there, and we know there's sometimes they were struggling. Really struggling, but then make it happen. So who am I now to say no? Let me just go and cry over the fact that I saw. What I saw.
Let me just stay home and let my husband take care of me and not do nothing myself. Yeah.
I suffered my whole life. Let me just go and cry. Why? Anyway.
You strong. I like that. I want some language, but you can pick another card. I want you to say some stuff in different languages. I want to hear everything. Because when I was at the High Commission, you was giving it to someone. Someone said they're from Congo. He said, you speak Lingala? I just went in and you like, you're not from Congo. You don't know Lingala.
He said
I listened to everything. I remember that.
It was Isaac's friend, yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to ask you for something in, you know what? Then maybe you could say the question in
say the answer in.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Okay, can you ask this? So, how would you describe yourself? And can you say that in Lingala? Is there a way to say that?
Oh, in Italian, yeah.
Not Italian, Lingala.
Lingala?
Yeah, no, forget Italian. Italian is just across the road. No disrespect, Francesca, anyone else. I like it, but yeah, I'm picking up your husband because I don't want any trouble.
I can tell you in all 6. No, I'm kidding. How would you describe yourself? That.
What about Swahili?
Unaweza tuambia gisi huko.
Oh, so it's quite close?
No.
It's not close? That sounded almost the same to me.
No.
No?
No.
Different?
Different.
Oh, when I play back, I'm going to rewind this time.
No.
So how would you describe yourself?
How would you describe me?
How would I describe you? I've got an answer for you. Vibrant, beautiful, intelligent, fierce.
Please say this to my husband. Can you tag him?
Fierce, strong, confident, warm.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I get all of these things.
Okay, how can I describe myself? I'll just say I know what I want.
Yeah. Inspiring as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Inspiring as well, yeah.
I need that video. Yeah.
Definitely,
I'll use it.
Definitely. Cool. You got more questions there, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me go now. The ones on top were tricky. First love. Damn.
you went that chance. You was thinking very well. You went that chance. So come on.
My first love with my daddy.
Your daddy? Oh.
Of course.
Bless.
I got this.
Get him. Come on. He's knocking us down. Francesco, she still loves you. And the kids, she loves you too.
Pet hates? No.
Yeah. You know someone? No. You know what I mean?
No. Tell me.
So pet hates is one of my pet hates is I hate when people like cough and don't cover their mouths. Also, but one for us, which is what I realised when I went back home, was people have got so much respect in our country.
Not too much. Yeah.
But here, it's not the same. Like I'll be there and you'll see a child. Doesn't matter, child. Good
uncle.
Morning,
yeah.
Uncle. Is that you get the greeting?
Yeah.
Here, they'll be eyeballing you. Look, you say good morning, they will look at you like, what you say? You know, like that's my pet hates is like the cough. I don't like people that don't cough. But when you say good morning, they don't say good morning back. They got no manners. The manners, it gets on. You know, like it just gets. That's what.
Yeah, that's really me, and I have that issue with my daughters as well because, of course, they've been brought up and raised in all these countries, and for me, it's always important. It's like remember where you come from.
Yeah.
So there's no. My daughters will come and they'll say uncle because they know they have to.
Yeah, it's good.
There's no way. We're African.
Yes.
But mommy, in my friends, I was like, oh well, guess what?
Yeah.
You're from my house.
Yeah.
No. Nah. So yeah, for me, it's as you say, respect. Or as for kids or us, we have a culture. We have a way. That's where we are. Who we are. Sorry. Respect towards the elders is very important. More than just respect in general for elders.
Yeah, definitely.
And funny enough, there's no swearing in my house. My kids are not allowed to.
Yeah.
No.
Good. I'm glad I have a
not
son
even,
on this podcast.
not even the mommy. This is nothing. Like it's something for me. So that's one of the things I can't.
Yeah.
I imagine I'm married to an Italian.
Yeah.
I'm always like, guys, out. So yeah, I think that's a big no for me.
Yeah,
swearing.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. You pick your own card. We'll get through all of them now, I think. What we got for time? How we doing for time? All right, yeah. About 10 minutes, yeah. We've got 10 minutes, yeah.
I'll make it slow.
I think we'll have to get you back. We'll get you back with someone else. Oh, wait.
If you died now, would you be content? No, there's still a few things I need to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like?
Then I can go. Huh?
Like?
There are a few projects. I wanna finish building the legacy I wanna leave before I go. I haven't done it.
Okay.
It's not complete yet.
Good.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because when I die, I want people to actually say things that I've done, like not just makeup and bring like proper.
Yeah. You actually did this. You did the pioneering on something.
Yeah, no, I want to leave a legacy in general.
I believe that you've already done that, and I can acknowledge that you've got other personal things that you want to do, but you've got 2 children, you've got a husband, you've been in how many different countries, you're helping your 3rd generation on your father's family business. So you have achieved stuff that if you did pass, which you don't want, that maybe not for your level, but you've left a mark. I'm telling you, you've left a mark.
No, I said like I've contributed. I'm still working on my dad's legacy. I haven't built my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that on board.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because I didn't start it.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to start something leave behind? Okay.
Can I ask a little blue?
Yeah.
Wakanda and Rwanda. Was there any? Did you guys hear about the link?
Yeah. No, there was no link, but I think there was on the map that they use in the movie. The point that we say Wakanda is actually where Rwanda is, or something like this. Okay. But I don't think there's. I've watched a movie, but
you didn't see any links between all them trying to make any. No, because there was this rumor about the whole.
Wakanda Rwanda already sounds the same anyway.
Yeah, and then also the some of the actors came to Rwanda for naming of baby gorillas or something. But we're inspiring like that.
Yeah,
I mean, we can't help it. I'm trying to hide it, but
the most developed country in Africa, you're saying the most, yeah.
No, because I've seen Rwanda. It's only recently you've kind of seen it pop up, like on Arsenal, for example, some of their kids.
Yeah, on the kids, yes, yeah. Oh, so that means the Visit Rwanda thing is working.
The association.
My biggest inspo. My dad. My mom is not gonna watch this.
You've already said great things about your mother, so don't worry about it. You said some great things about your mother.
I hesitated before. What's your earliest childhood? I told you already.
You've done this already. You might get something you've done already.
If you were an animal, what and why? Whew.
This is what I want to hear. This is what I'm interested in. You see the boys there? You really know the full process behind it. I love it because I don't want to say anything. And you probably have seen a lot of animals and seen stuff, and you know.
No, I've had a lot. When I was a kid, I had a zoo at home.
You think about that. You think about that.
I have a few.
Well, give me three.
A parrot.
Why?
They talk a lot.
Okay.
A koala.
Koala. Okay. Why? Nice.
Always cuddling.
You
know.
Yeah. But that's from Australia. How did you get? You've ever been to Australia?
Yeah, I lived not far from there. Singapore is close.
Okay, yeah, it's close. You're very plus, yeah, I've lived there. Yeah, don't worry.
That's fine. I would tour the world. Maybe a lion.
You know, I was going to say that. On my life, I was going to say that. On my life. I was going to say it before you said it. I'm going to say which big cat. That's why I was looking at you so attentively.
That was the first one.
I was going to think, why?
They are very protective and they respect the women.
They respect the women?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
They do.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But they have more than one. They have a whole pride.
Yeah, but they know who's.
They know what's what. Oh, yeah, I like that answer there.
Okay. If you were a color, what and why? If I was a color?
Yeah.
Maybe orange because it's my favorite color. Bright. Yeah, orange.
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
That's my favorite. I know it's weird, but it's my favorite color.
That's okay.
What is next for you?
What is next for you? That's a nice question to finish on, isn't it? I like that.
But where do you want to go with this?
Where? The question is to you. Where do you want to go with it?
But in what?
No.
There's so many things going on.
Miguel,
listen,
I can't elaborate for you, and I do believe there's a few questions that I have elaborated for you and kind of broke down for you.
I like that.
I want this all to come from you. Whatever that means to you, whatever that says to you, you answer from your own.
So I said I haven't finished building my legacy, right? So what is next for me is finishing building my legacy. But I'll go. I have a few things that I want to do, and I think the next thing will be to create a bigger impact to our community. Next
in the black community or the African community.
Yeah, African. Okay. Yeah, African. But the next for me is to bring my coffee brand to a level where everyone will just see the package and know where it comes from.
Okay.
And I'm working towards that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that in turn will have an impact on my community because you see that, you know where it comes from, and you know the people behind it, and you know the story behind it, and it goes back to the NGO I will have started by then, and so next for me is to
Nice. Like now you said that, yeah. I wanna get it on here. Mm-hmm. Let's get on here. Let's see if we can't get you to sponsor us or something.
Woohoo!
But even irrespective, we get on here. We can get a running.
Oh, I love it.
And understand the beginnings of it, the origins of it, where it is now and where it is to go to and promote it for our people.
Amazing.
To be a place. That's what you drink what we're drinking, drink what we're creating.
Yeah.
Cool. I'd love to do that.
Love that too. Thank you.
Now you're welcome.
Now you're part of my what's next for me.
Yeah. Come on, Mikhail, say the last name for me again.
Kubwimana.
Kubwimana. It's been amazing.
No, thank you so much.
I want to have you back on again at a later date.
You tell me. Yeah.
Wizard.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, it's been a moment out there. I am Fawole. I want to say your name again. Mikhail,
You can do it. Go.
Say it for me. No, say it.
Mikhail Kubwimana.
Mikhail Kubwimana. God bless you.
God bless
Thank you.
Thank you
God
so
bless
much.
Rwanda. God bless Africa. If you want to take a look at what's going on in Rwanda and in Africa, invest. Take a look at what's going on here. The Rwandan Business UK. There's they're doing a lot of great things.
Yeah, a lot of good things. Events. Join us. Learn with us. Social media. Yes. Rwanda Business UK is on everything. Is on Instagram, just like that. On Facebook, and we have a website, rwandabusinessuk.co.uk. Yeah. And .com.
There's one other thing. I don't know if we mentioned about the partnerships that we're offering with farmers, as in investing in the crops and getting dividends on your investments at the end of the crops. That's right, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't want to say the wrong thing.
No, that's
it is helping the farmers grow their businesses.
Yes. And get access to funds that they can't get access to.
Please take a look at what's going on with the Rwanda Business UK.
Please. Yeah.
If you can invest. If you can just tell people about it. Spend your time. Connect with your origins. Understand where you're from. We're all human beings. Africa is the motherland. So please connect. God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much. Thank you. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Can you say bye in every single language, please? Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. What did I say?
I don't know. You said French.
I said French. I said Italian. I said Swahili. What did I do? No, in Kinyarwanda. Nautaha. Tukumonana. That's it.
Bye.